Well, Steve, I feel like all of this is a rather dramatic way for you to ultimately come on staff here at City Church. So we're praising God for that. Hopefully your church knows about it. If not, this is a fantastic time for them to find out. But seriously, who knows, right? But seriously, I'm aware of your desire to do, a number of things in your retirement, which doesn't really sound like retirement, by the way. And one of them is to encourage and minister to other pastors, both abroad in Hungary, but then also locally here in Gainesville, and to start a ministry of sorts of encouragement and mentorship. And there's just we need that desperately. You're so good at it. You and Kim do such a good job encouraging other ministers, young and old, I would say, especially us young guns here. So I hope that labor bears a lot of fruit. I know that it will. I hope you invest in it for many, many years. I hope you never leave. Gainesville continues, in my opinion, to really need you and your love for Jesus.
Yeah, I would say, Steve, as you've gotten older, I've seen your filters start to go. And so I just want to encourage you to just be a little careful about how you share, because it's starting to get a little wide. So, but I love you.
Steve, I'm very excited for your new ministries that you are starting, the ministry in Hungary and how it's expanding, and also your counseling of other pastors with Tim Lusk. I really feel like God has opened these doors for you, and God is really going to have his hand on this ministry. I thank you for all that you've given to Creekside. I am sure that we are the caring church we are, largely because of your influence.
Retirement's probably the wrong word. I think the ministry just keeps going on. It'll take some slightly different forms, but I'd be delighted to see it take many of the same forms that it's taken over the years for you and Kim together. I have enjoyed so much the private conversations that you and I have had. I've also been so thankful for the evenings in your home where with you and Kim together at the dinner table and other guests as well. So many good things happened. I've seen that over and over, and I just want to encourage you in that kind of ministry, that you would continue to have the same kind of vision you've had all along, whether it's for service in Hungary and Europe or Gainesville and Florida. That personal sense of calling, that personal sense of leading, I just really want to encourage you in that. I think for April and me, we have found ourselves more prayerful in recent years than ever, for lots of reasons. But part of it is just that this space called retirement really does open up an area of service in which you just know you've got to pray your way through. Lord, what would you have from us today? What would you have from us this week? How can we best serve you? And I'd encourage you to keep on keeping on in the same kinds of ministry that you've had over the years.
For those who serve well, gain a good standing for themselves, and also great confidence in the faith that is in Christ Jesus.
You served well, brother, and I know the Lord goes before you in this next chapter, and we love you so, so much. Congratulations again. Say goodbye.
Bye! Congratulations! Congratulations!
To me, the world needs more Steve Gregg. And so as you go into this next season, into this next opportunity and what you're going to do, be who God has made you to be. Be Steve Gregg. The world needs more Steve Gregg.
Pastor Steve, I just would encourage you to continue to, care for your people that are going to be underneath you, the pastors you're caring for, and also just anyone else you come in contact with. I'm very confident that that'll come very easily, and that you'll be wonderful at it. And we both will be praying for you as you transition into this new season, and just continue to love on people well.
We love you, Steve. You're very welcome every time in Hungary. You're just, I hope we can meet a lot of times and pray together and talk about the gospel and things in church. So and also I hope I can visit you again in Creekside.
As I think about this next phase of your journey, my greatest prayer for you, I think, is this, that you would give yourself to continue to be loved by Jesus. And as you experience his love, that you would then respond to that by loving him more, by loving your family, and by loving others in return.
We know many pastors don't finish well, unfortunately. And so just as Paul talks about, finishing the race, that would be my encouragement. And I'm so glad that this next season of your ministry is going to be spending with those people whom you love so much in Hungary and getting to minister in various ways with them. And I look forward to hearing more about that.
It's really, really cool how the Lord has put you in a shepherding role where you're gifted and you're going to be shepherding people in ministry, because you have watched a lot of things happen in ministry, both positive and negative. And so I think you're going to have a really deep toolbox, so to speak. And so I'm excited for you to go forward with that. So I'm praying that the Lord will just continue to develop those gifts and sanctify you and grow you in that role. I'm also praying that you don't become weary. I'm not in ministry, but I would imagine it's a wearying job. And so just for energy, for the Lord to sustain you. I love Kim as much as I love you, so I'm also praying for Kim as she's continuing to teach and you're taking on a new job and what that looks like for your family. You've got several kids, married and getting married, so you've got busy things in your family. So also praying for the Lord to just bind you guys to him and just, protect you. Honestly, I'm praying for protection. And then I'm praying for all the people in ministry who can learn from you, that their hearts would be open to the things that you have to say. And you're a really good conduit of grace. Pretty sure I got that phrase from you.
Yeah. And I really think that where you're stepping to right now is where God has your next step to be. This seems to be something that has been orchestrated for years, probably before the beginning of eternity. So trust that. Trust the Lord and the Spirit is in you, and that this is where you are to be, and to have the joy, the zeal, the energy to do exactly what you're doing. I just love you, brother, and can't wait to just be praising the Lord for what you're doing for your next steps.
The one piece of advice that we could give you is really just quoting you back to yourself, that if every time you walk into a room you smell poop, you probably ought to check your own shoes.
It's a good. What's funny is almost everyone who has done this has had some little quote. I can't tell you how many times "Love you, brother" has.
Love you, brother.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
So it was from Steve.
100%.
Yeah, we wanted to stay in our bandwidth though, and really sort of make this grow organically.
We wanted to press into
press into the task at hand and unpack that.
At one point, he actually looked at me talking about James's former boss and said, "You know who butters his bread?" Or he knows who butters his bread, or something like that. Lesser known thing.
Yes, good stuff.